Hello everyone, this is Robert from 50 Years of Chess. Glad to be with you again. I hope you're all well. I have another game for you which I'm going to show you now. My opponent was Dwayne Tyler Dulhuan, aged 12, and he's an Arena International Master. Yep, you got it right, 12-year-old Arena International Master. Obviously he's a good player. Never played him before, and I have to play against him with the black pieces, so I don't know what to expect, but I'm going to show you the game as it unfolded. He's from the Philippines, and he was born in 2014. So here's the game. This is how it went. He played G3, which could be anything, but I think I know what's coming. D5, knight F3. Yeah, so he's playing a fianchettoed, probably a Reti type opening, and I played E6. So I've got a nice firm line of pawns there, which totally shuts the bishop in at this time. C5, C4. So he wants to attack the center this way. This is what's called hypermodern chess. It was introduced back in the 20s, 30s, people like Alekin and Reti and others. And it's a different form of chess in the fact that instead of everything hinges on D4 and E4, this is what you call allow an opponent to grab the middle and then attack it from afar. So I played knight F6, he castled, bishop D6, D4. So he's not come out to play, that's for sure. Knight C6, bishop G5, and I dropped my bishop back. I felt this was necessary because of exchanges on D5. Makes it difficult with a pinned knight against my queen. So he took the pawn, but there's no immediate hurry to take it back yet. So castle, knight C3, and here's where I now pushed on with D4. I don't think he was expecting this, and he went back. It's difficult for him because he can't really go into B5 because I'll play A6 and then he'd have to go back to A3, which really puts his knight way out of the game for a while. So now I took the pawn and we're back level. And he's brought the knight now into D2. He's rerouted it, as they say in America, to D2, covering the E4 square. E5, bishop takes knight, queen takes bishop. Now he's attacking my queen and my bishop in a fork, which is okay. I'll go back to E7. He takes a bishop and I take the knight. So I've still grabbed the center at the moment. And now he's gone queen to C2. Probably going to play A3, B4, that sort of thing. And he's played it as well to stop me playing E4 and driving the knight away and having a really strong pawn center there. So I played F5, and there's nothing there at all for him at the moment. I've got him totally on the back heel, and I'm probably better now at this stage. 15 moves in. It's 10-minute rapid play, so we haven't got too long to think. But at the moment, I'm doing well on time. He's played A3, so he's looking to play B4. Now A6 or A5 would be a better move, but the problem is if he plays B4, pawn takes, hitting the queen, but he's also then threatening rook takes rook. So A5, I can't really play it, so I just have to be ready to move my queen when the time comes. So E4, hitting the knight. So I'm not going to be put off by his pawns there, and I'm just going to keep going my attack. There you go, he's attacking. So I've gone back to D6. Now he's gone back with a knight. That's not a good square to put the knight on, but he's concerned about D3, so that's probably why he did it. So I've gone bishop now to e6. So I'm well developed with my pieces. My rooks are connected, and I think I would say I've fully developed my pieces now. So I'm pleased with this. f6. That's unusual. I wouldn't have expected that move, but I wish I could keep that pawn where it was so he couldn't get his bishop out. I could play e3, but somehow he could just play f4 and his bishop's back in the game. So there must be something else I can do here. So I had a little think, and I decided that pawn takes pawn is quite good, because if he doesn't take with the e pawn, then he's got 3 islands of pawns on A, B, C, E, and then G and H. So he did take it, so to keep his pawns right. Now he's looking to play the knight into D3 to blockade my passed pawn. So I pushed the pawn on again now, threatening to go pawn takes pawn and expose his king side a bit. He needs to get his rooks going really. So he's played G4 to avoid me taking that pawn. So I brought the knight in now to this nice square on E5. So I'm hitting that pawn on C4 with bishop and knight. He can attack my queen, but it's not a problem on C4. And he has to do something about this. So he's pushed the pawn on. And so I've got to move my queen. And I want to play it in a really good square. So I've moved it up to D5. And so I've got complete control of the B3 and C4 squares. My pawn's passed, and it's looking good. Those 2 pawns are really on D4 and F4 are really digging deep into his half of the board. Very strong on E3 and C4. So he's brought his knight out, hoping that he could get a swap. But I'm not interested in that, because I'm going after the E3 square of my knight, which will be fully supported by 2 pawns. This is very difficult for him to be able to deal with. So he's played rook into E1 from F1, and then I dropped the knight into E3. He's never going to take that, because it's just not worth it. It'll be an exchange down, and my pawns will be even stronger than before. So he's in a difficult position now as he played queen to D2. And so I brought my queen across to G5, because I want to try and get in down his king side. I'm not just trying to draw with him here, I'm trying to win. And time's getting on, and I understand what's going on, and I have to go for a win if I can. He's purely on the defensive. He's tried to attack me, but it hasn't worked. So he's gone back with a knight to F2, and I played the rook across behind the loose pawn, which is now would have been available for him to take on D4, but he can't, not now. So he's attacking my queen, as I expected him to do, and I've gone queen H4. Now he really ought to have played queen F2 here, but he didn't. He brought the knight back. And that's a strange move. I think this is costing him the game, this. It's going to cost him the game, because he should have played queen F2 and not allowed my queen to stay where it is in that dangerous square. So now I've brought the H pawn into the game to cause some threats. So if I can go pawn takes pawn, and he plays pawn takes pawn, knight takes, he'd have to take. And more and more pieces are starting to bust out his king side. This is what my plan is to do. So he supported the G pawn with the H3, but now he's got a hole there on G3, which I'm going to enter in a moment. I'm going to try and double my rooks and cause more trouble. He'd really like to get my knight off, but he hasn't got time. I threatened checkmate, and if he does play knight takes knight, which he really ought to do, then I've got I can play D takes E3, taking the knight, attacking the queen, and he's got to stay on that second rank, because I'll checkmate him otherwise, and I can bring the other rook across, double that. Oh, this is looking so good for me. I feel sure it's won. So he took, but I didn't do d takes, I did f takes. Reason being is because I want to bring my rook into this game. What's on f8? I think I probably should have gone d takes, but f8's okay. So now he's gone queen to e2. See, now he's done what he's did. He can't bring that queen to f2 to drive out my queen anymore. So I've taken the pawn on g4, and he's taken with the f pawn. That's a blunder and terrible mistake. The game's over now. He really had to go h takes, because I just played the rook down to f2, threatening checkmate, and I'm threatening his queen as well. So at this point he resigned the game. Yes, it was. I found my form for this game quite well, because I'd lost quite a few games in the last few days and not playing that great. But on this occasion, I was able to play to my best, and my experience as an older person helped me. He is only a young lad, 12 years old, and I think his nerves were a bit shocked playing this game. I think he felt that it was a lot for him to deal with the passed pawns coming down at him in the middle, and my queen penetrating on the king's side, with only his bishop defending his king. But that last move, that was pure pressure. He just panicked under pressure with f takes g4. He really had to go h takes g4, and then I would have took the pawn on g4, threatening to take on g3, f3 as well. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the game. It's worth looking at. It's always nice to beat somebody as high rated. It's this young man is going to be a great player. I think he wasn't able to show how good he was today, but I'm sure he is. He wouldn't have got that rating otherwise. So thanks for watching, and I'll certainly be back with you, giving you some more games. I hope you've really enjoyed it. Thanks to all the subscribers, and also for anyone whose comments. I appreciate when they do come. Thank you.